There you go. Movie title. I got an idea for a new movie.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I just hit record as a FYI.
All right.
So we can start talking about this episode.
Okay, y'all can talk about it because I fell asleep watching it last night.
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you didn't watch it. You fell asleep? How'd you fall asleep?
Yeah.
This was like tired. The most entertaining episode, I thought.
That shit was interesting as hell.
I'm gonna check it out again. Plus, freaking, I usually watch it on HBO Max in my room, and that's not working right now. So I'm gonna have to see what's up with that. But please.
Well, how far did you get?
We want you to keep explaining yourself. Come on, give it to me.
Okay. Well, there was a Brokeback Mountain scene. And it,
oh my god!
And I was just like,
no! Hey, you know what? Katrina stopped eating her food because of that. Because it was unexpected. Like the dude walked in, and then they're showing his hand for hella long, and then you just see the big ass wad of spit go. She was like,
"Yeah."
Oh, I'm done.
I was like,
and she stopped eating. I was like, "What the fuck was
that?"
A
lot
of about?
Interracial relationships in this episode, because I saw the part where the sisters with the white dude.
Yeah, that was crazy though.
Yeah.
When she woke up, when she woke up in the beginning, I thought it was the girl that he killed. You know the Indian looking lady, the one he killed at the end of the last episode. I thought that was her waking up.
Oh,
I thought it was her waking up as a human. Like, what the fuck happened? I didn't know it was the black girl until she walked and the boy bumped into her.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized it was the sister.
When did I realize it? I don't think I realized it until, because she said Ruby she said wake up Ruby.
Right.
And she was still in the house and she was slapping herself in the face. And I was like, Ruby, oh, that's the sister. Because the white lady who woke up in the bed was the woman with the dogs. Remember in the second episode? And she had those two dogs that was the same lady.
That's why she looked familiar.
And she died or I think the assumption is she died because she got knocked down the stairs and hit her head on the wall.
Yeah.
So in my head, she was dead. So that's why I was like, okay, something's up here when she woke up.
But when she said wake up Ruby, I forgot that was the sister's name, all together. So I didn't realize she was black until she bumped into that boy and I seen her reaction. She's like, no, he's trying to help me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what the fuck? And then it kind of dawned on me like, oh, that's the sister. That shit was crazy though.
That was so weird. The bones cracking and then you could see her her body inside squirming around. It was so weird. And then she was shedding her skin. It was so gross.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
It was so gross.
I was like, oh.
The last one that happened was it was like watching a werewolf transformation. Somebody transforming into a werewolf.
At the end, was she with the dude, the white guy?
Oh no, not that one. The one before that, when she was outside in the alley.
Oh yeah.
That time, because it was it really showed her transform from beginning to end.
And which I thought was weird, because I'm like, you're gonna shed here, you're gonna be butt naked. You don't have clothes when you shed.
Butt naked, covered in goop.
Yeah, that shit was crazy though. Yeah. I think that shit was fucking crazy.
So, I'm curious why they used the dead white woman's body for her what do you call it? Her shell.
I think it's just a white woman. I think that's probably budget reasons. We're not paying nobody else, just get her back in here. They just needed a white woman. That's what I think.
Well, I don't want to say too much because Josh hasn't seen it.
You can say it. I don't. It's all good.
But there's reveals at the end.
Not all good. It's not all good.
It's all good. No, it's all good. I can watch it some other time.
What made you fall asleep on it though?
I was just tired because I was like, it was at night in the living room. Like Sam, yesterday we have HBO in the front room, but football came on and Sam wanted to watch it, so I was like, all right.
Kind of push everything to the back.
Yeah. Then me and him watched a couple of episodes of The Office, and then when he went to sleep, I went in the front room. Then I passed out and woke up like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
It was such a crazy episode, though.
You can watch the show at 7. You don't have to wait till 9 o'clock.
Oh, on Sunday? I don't, like I said, I usually watch it in my room at HBO Max. I can watch it any time, but something's fucking up on that. I don't know. Sam said he's trying to figure it out. And then today I was just cleaning up and then lost track. And I took a nap again. Woke up like, oh shit, only got like an hour and 15 minutes to watch the show. So.
That's probably exactly as much time as you need, though.
Wasn't the show? Oh, yeah. Wait, the show's like an hour. Each episode's an hour, right?
Yeah.
About an hour, yeah. Like 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so you said somebody turned into a werewolf.
No, I said
she said she's
like,
comparing it to a werewolf.
It's like watching a werewolf transformation is what it was like, because she was like shedding her skin and like ripping, like
yeah,
like
pushing it off.
Like they did in Trick or Treat.
Yeah, except she wasn't like ripping it off like she's taking her gloves off.
It was
like,
falling off.
Like she was putting her fingers in her skin and like rubbing it off.
Yeah,
like,
she was.
It's
crazy.
So gross.
The sister?
Yeah.
Really?
So first, when she showed up as the white woman to the apartment, like it looked like it was hurting her, and the white dude took a knife and cut it off of her. Cause it's like, I thought he was trying to kill her. And he like stabbed her and then he sliced her. And I was, what the fuck is going on? They don't really show it. And then later on, when it's like her decision, you see the skin is like falling off when it's time to fall off. If she doesn't take the potion.
Did you see the beginning, Josh?
Actually, no. I was 15 minutes late.
What did you see?
I saw what's his name, Atticus, and that, I keep on forgetting her name, started fucking Letty let him in, and then you see the sister in the bathtub with Bubbles, and I was like, is that white dude in there doing something they're not showing? And then you find out she gets up and he's there just watching her. Oh
no, that's when he was talking to her. So she had already experienced being the white woman, and he kind of like made it her option to do it again. He kind of put the vial down and walked out the room. He didn't say, he was like, it's up to you if you want to do it or not, and he left it there. And she makes it.
So that was actually. So when she was in the tub, she'd already done it a couple times. So
I thought she only did it once.
No, because when he gave her the option and put the vial down, that's when she was in the bed and the butterflies were flying around. And she was freaking out. And then he was like,
yeah.
So he put it down and he left. And I thought it was funny that she decided to do it again so easily.
I mean, I knew she would, just because of the reaction, like once she got the experience.
But the first experience was awful. So then he was like,
it's not necessarily awful. It was more like she got to see it in the light of that side.
It looked
painful. The transformation looked painful, but when she was the woman, that experience is what kind of threw her like, fuck, what was that about?
Wait, so I must have missed a part. So she actually turns into a white woman.
She goes up as a white woman.
Did you see?
Oh wait, I think I saw the part where there's this white girl. What's it called? Having an interview with the manager.
Yeah, that was Ruby.
That was her.
I must have missed that. Obviously, I did.
You did, because you were 15 minutes late. It was all in the beginning of the episode.
Hey,
it was all in the beginning.
But no, so it starts off. She's in the white woman's body. She gets picked up by the police and taken to the white guy's house. He takes the knife.
No, don't skip over. All of that is important.
Josh has to go back and watch it.
I mean, he's still gonna watch it.
I'm still gonna watch it.
You don't want to skip over you don't want to skip over the reason why she wanted to do it again. Because she wakes up as a.
So she wakes
up as a white woman. Yeah, she wakes up as a white woman, and she stumbles out of bed, and she's walking through the town. I don't know is she in her house when she wakes up?
That's what I assumed. I thought she was, I don't know, because the house that they have, it's not in a black town. It's in a white town. So I don't know where she woke up at.
Right. I don't know. But she's walking through the black neighborhood. So she's looking at the black people like, I'm black. Like, that's her approach. Like, why are you guys looking at me weird? Because they're all concerned for her. Like, you all right? Like, you know how black people treat. It's funny because that's how black people really treat white people that are in distress.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of like, are you all right? They're asking all that. She's looking like, what the fuck you mean I'm black? Like, why you guys? And then the police pull up because the little boy is walking with popcorn and he kind of bumps into her because she's going crazy. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, are you okay? And the police pull up and like throw him on the ground, like, did you molest her? It was like, what the fuck? So she's looking like, what the fuck is going on? And she kind of saves the black kid. And then the cops grab her like, yeah, your husband told us you were missing and you had these problems. And then they take her to the albino white dude.
Yeah, and then he proceeds to help her shed the white woman's body to become Ruby again. And then when she finally like wakes up from whatever sleep she was in, they have a talk, and she said something about that feeling of people being concerned for her and not scared of her. Where if she was in her Ruby skin, it would be a totally different situation. There would be fear of her instead of fear for her. So you think that was enough for her to be like, I want to do this again?
It's like curiosity. Like it's because it was so weird. Like it was like I said, it's the approach. It was like she's acting crazy as a white woman, but when she's in the black town, they're not like, if she's black, they were like, get your crazy ass out of here. But because she was white in that town acting like that, they're kind of like worried for her. That's what she said. They're worried about me.
Yeah.
Which is weird. So she gets back in the skin to go experience everything it is to be a white woman. And it was like,
well, she got that job too,
weirdest
right?
shit.
Did she get the job that she was interviewed
That
for?
was before all of that.
Yeah.
She walks to the town as a white woman. She doesn't have to pay for anything. Like
she got free ice
everything
cream.
is free. Yeah.
I mean,
People are like helping her, like, come on across the street.
Well, just think about it. Just think about it. Like,
her infinite beauty. She's half notes, scattered, without rhythm, no tune. Sing her sighs. Sing the song of her possibilities. Sing a righteous gospel, the making of a melody.
You're like, I like this experience. Let me try it again. You know,
right?
Forget them. And it seemed like it might get to a point where she forget who she really is, and what they call them a sellout for good reasons. But would you call her a sellout? Would you call her a sellout for doing that, for wanting to?
I feel like so during the experience, I kind of got a sellout vibe because I didn't understand. Like you're talking about the job she got. She gets the job as an assistant manager, like easily on the spot
at the interview.
And then she goes. She's above the black girl that took her job. Yeah, and then she's treating her like shit. That's why I was like, why is she treating her like that?
Yeah. Well, also like when he asked her like how you feel about working with colored folks, and she had to put on that thing where she felt disgusted.
It didn't seem like her initial thought was to treat her like shit. I think once she realized she had no experience and got that job, that's when she was like, okay, bitch, fuck you. Like, I'm about to make your life a living.
Right, but still, she's the only black girl in the store. I understand, like, you mad that she got the job above you, but it wasn't her decision to do that. Like, it's not her fault she got the job, basically.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand why she was so focused on treating her like shit. Like, I didn't, because she would try to, like, she would kind of say shit like, well, you know, with these white people, you got to make all your people proud and shit like that. But you still talk to her like she's stupid and treating her like shit because you feel like she's underqualified.
Because she's mad, and that's the only person she could take it out on.
Right. It was just weird. That whole thing was weird. So, like, the sellout angle, I felt like it for a minute, but then I wasn't sure. Like, I didn't understand why she was doing it.
I think if she uses it for what she should use it for, then she wouldn't be a sellout. She would be using it to her advantage. Oh, yeah. Which is kind of what the girl told her. She was like, you were given this magic or power to use, you know, a certain kind of way.
You can do whatever you want to.
And that's when she fucked dude up in the his office.
Yeah. That shit was hella funny too.
Oh my God.
That shit was hella funny. He was crying so hard. He was crying hard.
I wrote on here.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you, Josh. So she asked the white woman. Because you're looking like, what happened?
Wait, you gotta go back. You gotta go back to why.
Okay, so when she's talking down on a black woman. So before all of that, they're in the break room, her and all the other white women, and they're just talking, and the other white women are talking down on black people, and they ask her, like, can you, because you seem close to the black girl, can you tell her to invite us to the South Side? And then she kind of looks at them like, what the fuck are you talking about? But after that, she's like getting on the black girl hard, like put the slippers like this or some shit. And that's when she gives the whole speech, like, you representing for black people. And while she's doing that, the manager comes up And she's like, oh, nothing's going on. She's just inviting us to downtown so we can relax or celebrate some shit she said.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get there, it's like they got these white people in this black bar all dancing. Teach us how to do these moves. Like, it's like that. And then that's when she goes outside. Like, I guess she's regretting it. So she started letting the skin shed because she has the potion, but she doesn't take it. She's letting the skin shed, and then she hears over the fence that the white manager is trying to get the black girl, the one that took him there, the young one that worked at the store. And he's like trying to rape her damn near.
Yeah.
And then she like break freeze and then runs off, and he's like, "You nigger bitch!" That's what he yelled at her while she's running. So that's when she goes back to that's when she gets back to the house, and then she finds out that the white dude is actually the white girl who's been playing her the whole time. Because he does the and he falls down, his skin falls off, and it's her. And then that's when she's talking to her about the potion, and she's like, well, basically, you can do whatever you want. She's like, you choose to do what you want to do, but he gave you that potion to do whatever it is you want. So she dressed up as the white woman again, and then she acts like she's coming on to the manager, like to have sex with him. And she like ties up his hands and then puts the belt on his neck and throws him on the ground. But first she made him suck her stiletto.
She made him lube up the stiletto before she used it on.
That shit was crazy. So she throws him on his stomach and it just starts jabbing the stiletto in his ass.
Starts slamming it in his ass.
Like slamming it. He's like screaming and crying.
I didn't realize she had the stiletto in her hand. I thought she just pushed him in the ass cheek, and I was like, what's that supposed to do?
Right.
But then you see the stiletto come out and there's blood on it, and she's just going to town. And it's Cardi B playing.
Yeah, they was playing Cardi B.
Oh, wait. So they played that song, what's it called?
They played Money earlier.
Money, yeah.
But when she was fucking dude up, they played Bodak Yellow.
A different Cardi B song.
The Bloody Shoot song.
Right. That shit was crazy. She was fucking him up. He's like crying and screaming. And then she turns him over like, I wanted you to know this happened by a nigga bitch. Yeah,
because she started shedding as she was fucking him up, and then turned him over and she finished, and then it was Ruby.
Damn.
But this episode had a lot of like, oh my god, scenes.
Quiz moments.
But back to
was that just one of them, or are there other ones that were?
Well, the shedding was gross to me too.
The shedding was gross, and then the having sex with the guy, like I said, just because of the spit in his hand, I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like they focused on it though. It was like they focused on his hand. I'm like, "Why is he looking at his hand?" And then you see a big ass cloud of spit.
I was like, "See, broke mouth. They didn't do all that." Now.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
That's not enough. That is not enough lube. You have to spit in your hand.
Oh my god! Move on.
But I knew it was so.
Thank you, Tasha, for that information.
Move on.
So I told you guys last week that, because did you know that was the bar owner?
You know what?
So if you didn't realize that, that's probably why it was a surprise. I knew it was him, and I just got done telling you guys last week that he was gay and that he.
And that's what I thought about right when he went in there. I thought about when you said that, because I was like, this dude looks gay. And I was like, oh yeah, he's gay.
So as soon as he opened the door, I knew it was about to go down, and then they started unbuckling their pants. So I already had like a heads up that it was coming, but he was ramming the shit.
But I thought he was like, okay, so I thought he was like, I don't know how to explain their world, but I thought he was just like one of those dudes that's like, he's just there for his part of the sex and then leave. Because he wouldn't kiss the guy, but then he went down on him. He wouldn't kiss him, but he went down on him. I was, what the fuck was that? And then they get in a room with all the other, like, because the guy's like a professional drag queen, so they're in a room with all the drag queens, and he's in there.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's when he's trying to figure it out. Like, if this is what he wants to do. Like, if he, I guess,
because he was putting makeup on him, but I think it was just to cover up his
his bruise. Oh, Josh doesn't know about that part either. The scars.
Oh, because that happened before.
Right.
Because you said you started watching when Letty and what's his name started having sex on the car.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fight was before that.
So before that,
so they had made up sex or something.
No, it wasn't their fight.
So he was sitting with his dad, and he asked his dad where she went, and he kind of like he understood, but Letty didn't understand. So he's looking at him. He's like, so where's the page? Where's the pages? And his dad, like, he didn't even say anything, right? He was just looking at him.
No, he didn't say shit.
He didn't say shit. So he's
he
looking.
Didn't react or nothing.
So what is the guy's name?
Montrose, right? The dad or
Montrose? No, the
Montrose
son.
is the dad. The son is what's his name again, Josh? The main guy.
Atticus.
Tick.
Atticus.
Yeah.
So Atticus is Tick. Yeah, Tick is sitting there staring at him, and then he just like drops him, like hit him with a hard punch, and then he jumped on him and was just beating the shit out of him, like beating him.
That's why he had that big ass
black. Yeah, I was like, I knew he had that scar, but where'd that black guy come from? And then,
he was
his
fucking
son.
up.
His
He was
son
trying to
is
kill
where
him.
it came from.
His son, he was trying to kill him. So when she before the sex scene, she's talking to him like, I was scared of you in that moment, and that's when he was like, don't be scared of me, and then they had a sex scene.
Yeah, and then I think she even asked him, she was like, if I wasn't there, would you have killed him?
Right.
Yeah. I forgot. I don't know what his response was.
Well, their relationship's all fucked up. Atticus and his dad.
Yeah.
So it was just wait. It was about to happen.
Hey,
Hi. Everybody knows who that is by this time. No introduction.
But no, yeah. So I still think you should go watch it because you probably need to watch it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna check it out for the next episode. Yeah. So.
But I have a prediction. I think. Is her name Letty? Her name Letty. Letty is Eve. I think she's a descendant of Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why all these people are trying to, these forces are trying to get at her, or like something.
I kind of feel like that. I feel like that's what it's gonna come to.
Mm-hmm.
And then with her, I think her on her mom's side, she's somehow related to Eve. Well, on her dad's side, because they always talk about they have the same mom.
Because weren't you saying that you think that her mom is Uncle George's dead wife? Oh no, we said that his ex-wife is Tick's mom.
And then I found out that wasn't even his wife. He was just cheating with her. He was just in love with her.
Oh, okay. Well,
But they weren't even married.
So all the more, looking towards it being Tick's mom then.
Yeah.
Because his mom's dead and then his lover's dead, so it could be the same person.
Yeah. I think it's the same person.
And
then you see that his dad is actually gay. So it's like his attraction is for men, not for women. Like I think that it's something they left out they haven't said yet.
Yeah.
Like his uncle could have been his dad.
Yeah,
his
like
uncle was
go back to his uncle being
George?
maybe actually being his.
I think so. I think that's what it's gonna come to. Or neither one of them is dad and he's adopted.
Or he's the son of Christ or whatever. He's son of
he's
Adam.
Jesus.
But
Black Jesus.
Yeah.
The dad's animosity towards Tick, like, why would he want to make it like that's his kid if it's not?
It's not. I don't think it's so much animosity. It's like the worst case of tough love. Because everything he says he's doing is like, he says, I'm doing this to protect you. Like, he's feeling like, I'm killing this girl so you don't get yourself killed type shit. Like, he's trying to cut off all of his past to whatever he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm. But from what I understand, he had a hard childhood because of him. He was abusive because his dad was abusive. So he took that route. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. And then it seemed like he was upset when his brother was like, if that's your son. It was like he was
made him
upset
mad.
that he even brought it up.
You're letting the secret out. He was like, I told you we wouldn't talk about that. So it's like it's something that they're not saying.
Yeah, it's something we still don't know yet.
Yeah.
But, what was I gonna ask about? The what was he? The cop. Remember, she was at the party and she was being a servant. And she had to go get something. The guy was in the closet. What was the captain or police captain or whatever he was? Mm. He took his shirt off and he had like brown. It looked like burn marks, but then it also looked like skin, like a Leatherface type of situation where he sewed skin together and put it on like a shirt. Did you notice that?
No.
It almost looked like hair. It almost looked like burns. But then when they got kind of closer, it looked like skin, like he was wearing skin.
I didn't even catch that part because I was wondering what the fuck the guy was doing in the closet.
Yeah, and they're sitting there. They hear him groaning. They sitting there laughing, so they didn't even suspect that Ruby was in there. But his tongue was cut out. So
right, because they were like, because the dude said, "Did he tell you yet?" He was like, "Did he give you something yet?" And he was like, "No, he hasn't broken yet." So it's like they're torturing him for something.
Shit now.
Yeah,
Cut his tongue out.
They leave gaps in so much shit that I guess they're gonna try to tie it in at the end.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to once it ends, I'm gonna have to watch it all before I watch the last episode, just so I'm like.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm gonna go off my memory. Some long ass episode.
It's a lot of stuff you're not even catching.
I mean,
it's too much to catch.
I mean, after the show is over, you might have a hard time finding a show you really, really like. It's kind of like after like a great show that you enjoy, you try to find something that's similar to it. And if it is, it's not as good. So you know you might have a desire to rewatch it.
But no, because with Jordan Peele, like it's like watching Us. You try to watch it again, but you're not as interested as you were the first time. You know what I mean? Once you catch everything, then it's kind of like, oh, let me watch it again. Do you watch it again? Like, oh, why am I watching this again? You know what I mean?
Well, do you feel? I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't feel that way about Get Out. You know, no, you can watch. You can rewatch that.
Get Out is not necessarily figure it out. It's just the crazy shit that's happening. I mean, you kind of got. I guess you got to figure it out, but it's more about the crazy shit that's happening.
Has there ever been a time like you watched it and you didn't? There's something you noticed the first time that you didn't notice the last few times you watched it for Get Out?
No. It's like I said, once it was revealed, it was crazy. Like, oh, but we kind of knew what it was. So watching again, it's like watching. I don't know. There's nothing really to discover.
Well, I know I could say with Get Out, when I watched it the second time, I was like, oh shit, that's why. So that happened. That's why at the end of this movie, this is why this comes together. So there's things I'll be like, oh shit, So I'll catch stuff, but. Okay,
so with Get Out, it was more so watching it from the outside. I have that black man like, nigga, don't do that, or nigga, you didn't see that. Like that's how I watched it the first time. So it's like it's not really clues I missed out or picked up on, because I'm picking up on everything. Like you shouldn't even be over there. Like you don't see what the fuck. Like why are they asking you? Like it's like I'm doing that during the movie.
So I'm like, for instance, the scene where they were pulled over by the cops, and the cop was like, "Let me see your driver's license." She was like, "Why do you need to see that?" Like, he wasn't driving. Like, why do you need to see it? So she was like really like adamant about like not seeing it. Did you think it's because she doesn't want any kind of trail of where he's going, or did you think, oh, she's just being white privilege?
I thought it was more white privilege because it's a white cop, and when did they look into like missing brothers? You know what I mean? Like,
So my thing was even after I guess that was the reveal, like she was trying to cover up for that. It still wasn't that. For me, it was like, tell her to shut the fuck up and show your ID. You know what I mean? I'm looking from his perspective through the whole movie. I don't care what she's trying to cover up. I'm like, you gonna get me killed. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? That's my perspective.
They've been doing it for years. For years. They probably paid somebody up. They're rich. They probably There's some cops that are corrupt. So they probably know how to work the system. It doesn't matter
regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was just her just being like the audience saying, oh, she's not the bad guy. She's defending him. It's her boyfriend. But
I thought she was just being a typical white person that's like pushing the police.
That's what I thought so too.
But that's not even typical white. That's most women in general. Like if you what's the other movie he was in when they're running from the police? The whole reason they're running from the police.
Queen and Slim.
Yes, it's because the woman wouldn't shut the fuck up. So that was my perspective there. Like, shut your ass up.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Females.
Yes. Like, she shut up and let him do what he's doing. He has it. But she jumped out the car. No, I'm a lawyer. You can't do. It's the same thing. White, black. Shut the fuck up. Let him run my ID. We'll deal with this later. We're not gonna deal with it right here. That's my.
But then again, you got no movie if you do that. You know, for Queen and Slim, if she doesn't get out the car. There's no,
you have no movie, but still, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But in real life, fuck this, ain't no movie. This is real life.
So for me, all the discoveries of the white people meant nothing to me because I'm like, you shouldn't be here in the first place. So that's my whole. There was no reveal for that. With us, yes, there were some things you pick up again when you watch it, but then it's like even when you pick it up when you watch it again, I don't care anymore. I know the outcome.
Well, I try not to like listen to or like until people tell me all the stuff because I like try to figure it out on my own.
Right.
If the director knows how to like show you it right to where you can pick up on like, oh, that means that. Like I remember when we talked about Saw, there's a couple things I didn't recognize or Final Destination. Like I remember Tasha, you told me, remember that dude who was having the Chinese food and the magnet fell into the into the Chinese food, and it said "I" right there. That was a hint. Like that stuff like that I like because you have to pay close attention to it.
Well, okay, so there's what you're saying. There's a difference because with so Saw is the overall good movie. I don't want to say Us isn't good, but Saw is an overall like a masterpiece of a movie. With Us, it's the if you watch the movie again, knowing all of that, it's not really a good movie. If I'm saying it right, because you know the ending, the rest of the movie is kind of boring. It's kind of like, okay, what's the point after you know the ending?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it really picks up once the family they arrive. And then when they started bringing up all the other doppelgangers, that's when it kind of like almost loses me a bit because it kind of just went there. And then there's so many questions on like, so who exists in this world? Because I know Michael Jackson does because they have like the shirts.
I remember that was your take. I was like, what? I was like, he is thinking deep.
No, because I'm thinking like, if all these motherfuckers have a doppelganger, Michael Jackson's underneath somewhere.
And he is though. That's the crazy part. And he is.
Yeah.
I think there's just some movies that have that reveal, that twist at the end that you can rewatch. There's some of them where like with Us where you could just watch it once, maybe twice, and that's enough. But then there's other ones that are just a good movie that you can rewatch it even though you know.
That's what I mean. It's the difference of the quality of movie itself. Yeah. Because Us is everything is based around the reveal. So after you know the reveal, it's kind of like,
right.
What am I watching it again for? I could watch it again to catch clues, but I don't care anymore. Like I already know the answer. But if you watch Saw, it's like, damn, he got fucked up. So you're watching it again for the damn he got fucked up scenes. You don't even care about the reveal. Like, oh shit! I can't watch this.
There's scenes where like the old guy's holding the pen that Dr. Gordon has. Remember, he's we found this pen that belongs to you, and you find out that Jigsaw was holding it when he was when they were like saying, oh, patient has a tumor, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like little clues you gotta like hint at that you miss carefully because your focus is on like who the main character is.
But the movie is interesting stuff, and there's other shit that's going on to where you would go back and watch the movie again and then be like, oh shit, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. But with Us, there's none of that. There is no, oh man, I didn't see, because you don't care anymore. Like you really don't care no more.
Nah, like I said, it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It did what it was supposed to do when it came out. It had everybody's attention. You got that revealed, and it's like.
I think people were expecting another Get Out too, because of the success Get Out was by Jordan Peele. Yeah. So.
But you know what? I can say the same thing about Us. I can say the same thing about Sixth Sense. I tried to watch it again, and once that reveal, it's like.
No, I've tried to watch that, and it's just really slow.
Yes,
and I just can't get into it.
Because you already know.
Yeah.
But the others is pretty slow too, and I can rewatch that a lot of times.
But the others is more, it's more well put together as a movie itself. Because it's still like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's scary. Oh, they still got scenes where it fucks with your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sixth Sense is like, like you said, Josh, at first you were scared of him, but then you feel sorry for him after you find out he's trying to help him. So they're not scary anymore. No. So the fear is gone.
Yeah, and the others, they wait till the very end to show you what the reveal is and how, okay, they're the ones that are actually the ghosts. Because it's basically a haunted house story. Right. But not like House on Haunted Hill or The Haunting.
Well, the Sixth Sense waited till the end too.
Yeah, it did.
It did for the reveal, but like in the Sixth Sense, you understand that these ghosts need help.
I mean the Bruce Willis reveal. The reveal is Bruce Willis.
The reveal. But also, you know, to me, like the others, let's say if you found out they were ghosts in the middle of the movie, then there's not much, like they're trying to help them, then you're not really scared as much.
Yeah.
You know, once you, I think we're trying to say is like, there's the reveal of like what the twist is, and then there's the reveal of why the ghosts are there or what's happening. Like, in the middle of the movie, if the others, if you find out that they were ghosts and they're trying to help them cross over, then you wouldn't be as scared because you know what's going on.
The movie overall is still scary, even though you know they're ghosts. When you watch it again, it's still like creepy shit that's going on.
You still get chills.
Chills, yeah. And that when that, like I said, when the old lady opens the door with the kids there, and I'm just wondering, like, what the fuck does she look like? Because you just see the drawing of her.
Yeah.
And you're just like, she looks hella scary.
She looks like a ghost.
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah. Like that. And What Lies Beneath, that's another good one where I didn't even, like, I think when you start realizing that the ghosts weren't the whatever antagonists, but it has to do with some humans like that or Stir of Echoes. Once you keep on watching that, during that time you would understand. You would probably think, okay, maybe they're
trying to get somebody to solve their murder.
Yeah.
But that's still fucked them.
Yeah. But fucking Insidious, nope. Insidious Conjuring, no. There's some evil spirits. Annabelle.
But there's no twist at the end. There's no lightning of the movie. They're just fucked up movies.
Of which one are you talking about?
All Insidious and all of that.
Insidious.
Dark shit.
I mean, there was a semi-twist at the end of Insidious that I didn't even think of. That I thought that kind of creeped me the fuck out, and I give him props for that. You remember that? You remember the ending Insidious? Anybody?
The twist?
No.
Not a sort like a minor twist.
I just felt like it was a what do they call those?
Like a surprise,
cliffhanger, like a cliffhanger.
It was no, it
like,
was.
You know, there's going to be a sequel. I didn't see it as a twist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought like something was wrong with the boy, because the way that they filmed it, I thought like something might have gone into the boy. He was pretending, and then you find out it was the man that actually got taken over by the old lady.
Right.
The first one.
I think I remember that. Yeah. I think I remember that.
Yeah, because once what's her name, Lynn Shay, the old white lady, looked down at his fingers, she knew something was up. You don't see his fingers, you see her reaction, and you had that music like, oh shit, something's up. And then when she took the picture of him, so like, maybe not a twist, but maybe like a shocker ending or whatever. It caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. And that shit fucked with me for a while.
I have a question back to the show.
Oh yeah, we on a rant. We went on our rant.
that was quite a rant. So the white lady, what do you call her? The blonde albino white lady. She said something about the white guy getting shot in the back. Do you remember that happening?
When she was telling a story?
Yeah.
She was telling the black girl when she was like, do you really care about him?
Yeah, and then she said something about him being shot in the back because he's the rightful heir to something and they wanted it, so that he got shot in the back.
Yeah. But that's why she was supposed to plant the thing in the office.
Was she just saying that to get him to do it?
I don't know.
I don't remember him being shot. With
her and him, I'm so lost on this episode.
Well, now we know it's not her and him, it's her.
But I want to know if that was if he was there at all, because remember she was talking about the potion, right? Mm-hmm. And so was she telling her about the potion, like use it? No, she did say it before that. No, that's how it ended. When she was like, use it for what you want. Was that after she shed off the dude, or was that before?
No, so what happened? I forgot what she was on the couch. And then the white lady came up from downstairs and was like, what are you doing here already? So I don't think she was expecting her to be there. And then she sat there and had that conversation with her about, he gave you this.
That's when she said, do what you want.
Do what you want to do. And then, so I don't think, thinking about it, I don't think we've ever seen them in the same room together. The albino chick and the albino dude.
We haven't. Now that you say that, we have not.
I don't think we have.
It's always been him and then it'd be another scene where it's her.
Yeah.
So they're the same people. So they're the devil.
That, or she's just has that potion and she's just making it seem like there's two people that exist when it's really just her. Because she's a woman, so there's only so much she can do as a woman. So she has to become a man to do certain things. And the male part would be the heir, because she couldn't be the heir.
Right. Okay. So the reason why I said she's the devil is because they do the whole snake thing. That's why I said I thought she's Eve. I think they're Adam and Eve, and she's trying to make them do evil. You know, like the story of Adam and Eve, the devil made them eat the apple.
Yeah.
And then they have the whole snake scene coming at her with because you know the snake is the one the devil used to make
the serpent.
The serpent. Where was the snake at?
The serpent. And when she had that dream, when she thought she was with Tick, but it was like a whatever the fuck that was.
It was a snake.
And the devil, they never say if it's a male or a female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she could be both.
Know.
And that shit is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about this now. It makes sense that she was like, he's the rightful heir to this and everything. There is no he, it's her. So so she becomes him in order to inherit it in that way, because she can't as her female self.
And then when she goes to the house where Letty is, she can't come in because of the X on the door. The X is to keep out evil.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe she's the devil.
That, or because they call her a wizard, I think.
Yeah, they call her a wizard.
Yeah.
But
so she's got like evil tendencies.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure the devil has wizard powers. You know,
right?
Whatever. Yeah. Witchcraft, whatever you want to call it.
That's weird. I never even tripped. They've never been in the same room. Never been in the same room together.
I'm thinking back to like the second episode also, and I can't think of a time when they were together.
No. And they look identical.
Yeah. I mean, all white, blonde people look alike. So
when the mansion collapsed, where was she at?
Nobody knows. But she's immortal, so she can't die.
Mm-hmm. Because I wondered where he was.
Yeah, nobody knows where he was either.
And then it was like, oh, he showed up in the third or fourth episode. So I was like, okay, he's not dead. So yeah, I think this whole time it's just been her transforming into him. But those scars on his chest,
right?
What are those? We haven't seen her naked, so we don't know if they're on her too.
I guess we better find out sometime. So she needs to take off the clothes. Okay.
They couldn't be shotgun scars, could they? Like if he got shot in the back and came out, could they be scars from that? So maybe he was somebody before and died, and she's just using his body as a vessel.
His body. That could be too.
Yeah.
They got a lot of explaining to do.
We still got like 5 more episodes, so
yeah, they got a lot of explaining to do.
I just hope they don't cram everything into the last episode.
Yeah, or leave like plot holes.